Coming up on UT10 News, we'll take a look inside a spring break service trip to Haiti.
And we'll also find out why one app is causing some phones and tablets prices to soar.
Plus, Samantha Muirhead has highlights from the men's basketball team's final regular season game against Eastern Michigan. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Guyton Matthews.
And I'm Cody Wright. Toledo is continuing to bury the old snowfall record from the winter of 1978. Over spring break, we received an additional 4.3 inches of snow, putting Toledo at 77.8 inches for the winter, beating the old record by just over 4 inches. With a week and a half of winter left, the National Weather Service says there is a chance of 4 to 12 more inches before winter officially ends.
And now that we've broken through that, we look back at this year, this season, and this will be the benchmark.
Jay also says the first signs of spring will be when we hit back-to-back days of at least 60 degrees. 17 students got away from all the snow and spent spring break in La Caille, Haiti. Reporter Gina Todd traveled with the UT group taking the Learning Through Service class.
The class partnered with Hut Outreach, a Christian humanitarian aid organization that has been helping La Caille since 1997. About $15,000 was raised by the class and brought to Haiti to be spent on projects of their choice.
They were bringing in a lot of gifts to give to the children, clothes and everything, and I began to realize we're actually hurting the community instead of helping it.
Students bought all supplies in La Caille to support local businesses. The class helped out in ways such as teaching lessons, to building tables for the school, to setting up a water filtration system. For an extended version of this story, visit our UT10 News website. The trip has inspired students to take their experience back home to help the Toledo community. From La Caille, Haiti, I'm Gina Todd for UT10 News.
Several restaurants on and around campus have had health code violations within the last few months. Reporter Zainab Shaib visited several of these businesses to see if they cleaned up their act.
Rocky's Pub and Grill had several health code violations in the past, but has since improved and now have none.
I probably would be, more inclined to eat here if there were no violations.
Health code violations may result in a restaurant closing down if not treated properly. The Oasis on Dorr Street has 15 violations, including improper cooling of chili and meat, food items stored on the floor, and lack of dates. Liban Hookah Lounge just across Rocket Hall has 0 violations.
Every Sunday, we do like a group get together and we clean the whole place. We double clean the place.
For more information on food safety violations, click on our link at ut10news.com. I am Zainab Shaib for UT10 News.
An iPad mini sold for over 20 times its retail price, all because of one rare downloaded app. Flappy Bird has been deleted from the App Store, causing a high demand for the game. Many websites will not allow users to sell their devices unless they have been factory reset, clearing the game from the device. However, the gaming app was the reason the iPad was sold on eBay for $8,000.
If they put there that it was actually reset or it's refurbished, then, they do have an option to sell the item.
Right now, eBay users are selling their devices claiming they have been reset, but most likely they have not. Monster trucks drove into the Huntington Center over the weekend for the 15th annual Monster Jam. Over 20,000 people came to 3 shows and retreated to the thunder of engines and the crunch of cars. 6 monster trucks and their drivers were at the event, including the famous Gravedigger.
It's an adrenaline rush. I try to plan out like maybe my first or second hits, and then after that it's just pretty much game over. You let your adrenaline take over and you just do whatever you can do.
If you missed the event this year, don't worry. Monster Jam will return to the Huntington Center again next March. The Department of Communication will be awarding more than $30,000 in scholarships this year. There are 10 different scholarships only given to communication majors. The awards range from $400 to $2,000, and students can apply for more than one scholarship. The Department of Communication Award is one of the larger amounts given to graduating seniors.
Those can be significant sums of money that can help a student get started in the job market or in their career.
If you're interested in any of these scholarships, email Dr. Jackie Lang your application letter by Friday, March 21st.
While many UT students were having fun in the sun, or at least enjoying their spring break at home, the Rocket men's and women's basketball teams were busy finishing up their regular seasons. The women played their final game at Savage on Wednesday before wrapping up their season on the road at Ball State, and the men closed out play right here at home on Saturday. Before their final home games last week, the two basketball teams honored their graduating players. Reporter Frank Vashner sat down with one of the seniors from each of the teams and asked them about their time at UT.
7 senior basketball players were honored before their final games here at Savage Arena last week as they look to go into postseason play on a high note. Last Wednesday marked the final regular season game at Savage Arena for 4 seniors on the women's basketball team. The most notable of them is point guard Andela Dorch, a 4-year starter and 2-time MAC Defensive Player of the Year.
Some games I always tell myself, I could have did a little bit more, but that's always my goal, is to make sure I give my all to my teammates and to my coach, because I know that's what I can contribute.
For the men, 3 seniors played their last regular season home game on Saturday. Guard Rian Pearson has been the most notable of the 3. The transfer from Wisconsin Green Bay is proud to have helped bring the Rockets back to being respectable.
I will always be humbled that I got the experience and blessed that I got to be on this team to compete for a championship.
Both Dorch and Pearson plan to play professionally after they are finished playing for the Rockets. I'm Frank Vashner for UT10 News.
What started as a promising season for the men's team with an impressive 12-0 start had turned into a bit of a disappointing finish with losses to Western and Eastern Michigan, Ohio University, and Northern Illinois. But the men were looking to turn that around and head into this week's MAC tournament on a positive note as they hosted Eastern Michigan in their final home game. Eastern was itching for another win over Toledo, winning the tip-off so that guard Raven Lee could score a quick 3 points. The Rockets wouldn't let the Eagles get too far ahead. Pearson snags the rebound and passes it on to Juice Brown, and it's good for 3, giving the Rockets a 35-32 lead at the half. Into the second, the Eagles wouldn't go down without a fight. Mike Talley races down the court, passes the ball off to Carrington Ward, bringing the Eagles within 2. But Justin Drummond would steal the show with a total of 4 assists, 2 rebounds, and 22 points, helping the Rockets to seal a convincing victory over Eastern with a final score of 77-66.
Just proud of where we come from, proud of our players, proud of our administration, for giving us the resources and the commitment level. Just very, very thankful and very proud to be a Rocket.
With basketball season coming to an end, fans are no doubt looking forward to football season. The UT football spring game is still a month away, but to satisfy your football fix, I caught up with a professional team right here in town. The Toledo Reign isn't your normal football team because it's made entirely of women. Not only do they play this full contact sport with only slight differences from NCAA and NFL rules, but as part of the Women's Football Alliance, they have the chance to play across Ohio into Pennsylvania, Kentucky, and Maryland.
This is a sport that women can play after high school or after college. You don't want to stop being an athlete.
Holding practices 3 times a week at a local church and an indoor soccer club, the Reign is comprised of all different women, some with careers and some still in high school. Overall, the team provides women with the opportunity for empowerment and athleticism.
I think it sends a really positive message that you can follow your dreams, however many people tell you you can't.
The Reign's 12th season opens on April 5th in Louisville, Kentucky against the Derby City Dynamite.
Those ladies seem pretty tough. The women's basketball team is in the tournament, correct?
Yeah, the MAC tournament started on Wednesday for women, and they won last night against OU, and they're going to be playing Western Michigan in Cleveland.
And what about the men?
They won't play until the semifinals on Friday, and reporter Nick Meal is going to have highlights for next Tuesday's show.
Thanks, Sam. That's it for UT10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all UT10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And you can always watch our award-winning newscasts on YouTube and Facebook, where you can get caught up on all your campus news whenever you want. For Cody Wright, Samantha Muirhead, and all of our crew, I'm Guyton Matthews. Have a great week, and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.